Good morning, everyone. My name is Carrie McKinkle, and I am a school certifying official in the Office of Veteran Success. I am a Marine Corps veteran, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today. At this time, Syracuse University would like to acknowledge, with respect, the Onondaga Nation, Firekeepers of the Haudenosaunee, the indigenous people on whose ancestral lands Syracuse University now stands. To begin our program, please stand if you are able for the singing of the National Anthem by Casey Campbell, who is receiving a Master of Arts in Social Work from the School of Education, and remain standing for the delivery of the invocation by Reverend Julie Kelly from Hendricks Chapel.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning. I invite you to pray with me in the way of your faith. Almighty God, source of wisdom and knowledge, we give thanks for your gifts of educators and students seeking knowledge and growth. You have been present through countless hours of study and formation. Be with us now at this moment of celebration. Continue to guide us in the ways of wisdom and service. We honor you as we dedicate this day to the hard work of each cadet, countless hours of study and self-sacrifice that has prepared them for their commitment to our nation, and for those who already serve to continue in their commitment. Even as we recognize this accomplishment, equip them for the journey of service ahead. As you have broadened their knowledge, now strengthen their hearts, so that in moments of great trial they may be kind, good, and thoughtful of their human kindred. Help them, O God, to protect, defend, and be good stewards of the nation and people they will serve. Grant them safe passage, compassion, and courage as they seek to uphold freedom and justice for our nation and the world. May your steady hand be upon them and their loved ones in times of peace and war, in moments of safety and danger, in gathering or deployment, and may they turn their hearts toward you in trust that you remain steadfast with us. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Casey Campbell and Pastor Kelly. Welcome to our 2026 Student Veteran Commencement Ceremony, in which we recognize student veterans who are graduating this weekend. We are grateful for many special guests here today. Among them are Acting Chancellor Mike Haney, many deans from our schools and colleges, members of the Chancellor's leadership team, and members of the Syracuse University Board of Trustees. Thank you for joining us. Chancellor Severud has pledged to make Syracuse University the best place for veterans. We appreciate the Chancellor's commitment to this noble cause. We continue to work hard to implement his vision by developing academic offerings, cultivating research, providing advising, career services, and a variety of other forms of assistance and support to our veterans and their families. And we're not doing this alone. Support from private industry, our elected officials at all levels, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and nonprofit organizations devoted to helping veterans is crucial. They are strategic partners with us in a total team effort to do right by those who have worn our country's uniform. For those who may wonder why Syracuse University is committed to serving veterans, the simple response is that it's simply part of who we are. It is in our organizational DNA. Syracuse University has a long history of educating veterans dating back over 100 years to 1918 for those who had fought in World War I. We then played a significant role in educating veterans of World War II who came to campus by the thousands under the original GI Bill. Our support of veterans did not end there. Veterans of every conflict and war have found a home at Syracuse University. Today, we are providing a rich array of services to support student veterans of the post-9/11 wars, including participation in the Yellow Ribbon program to make sure education is affordable and accessible. To our graduating student veterans, you are now joining the ranks of thousands of veteran alumni of Syracuse University. They set the bar high for you because they went on to distinguish themselves in business and public service and by raising healthy families and building strong communities. Your graduation this weekend is a magnificent achievement. You reached a career milestone through discipline, dedication, tenacity, and hard work. Maybe a little bit of ChatGPT. While you were here, you made Syracuse University a better place. You enhanced our classrooms, ignited awareness, enlightened those around you, strengthened our purpose, and continually reminded us of our commitment to veterans. I challenge you to take all you have learned here at Syracuse University and go out now to help make the world a better place. Moreover, while doing so, please stay connected with Syracuse. Help us support the next generation of veterans who are following in your footsteps. Best wishes for the next phase of your life's journey, and welcome to the Orange Nation. I now invite Colonel Retired Ron Novak, the Executive Director of the Office of Veteran and Military Affairs, to the podium to introduce our keynote speaker.
So good morning, everybody, and first and foremost, student veterans, congratulations on a job well done in receiving your degrees. This is going to be an amazing weekend for all of you, so enjoy the ride. I have the honor of introducing today's guest speaker, who candidly bleeds orange to her core. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Alison Murray's journey and career started at Syracuse University in the Army ROTC's Stalwart Battalion as a cadet. While at Syracuse, Alison majored in nursing. She was a member of the cheer team for 4 years. She pledged a sorority and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the nursing corps in 2001. And in 2001, it was also the last nursing class that graduated from Syracuse University. Alison went on to a distinguished Army nursing career, serving on active duty for 20 years, caring for our service members and their families, holding tough senior leadership assignments throughout the Army, both in the United States and overseas. But it was overseas in Yongsan, Korea, at the Dragon Hill Lodge, that she met her soulmate for life, Dwayne, the class of 1997, who's OVMA's deputy director. Now, as Dwayne tells the story, they met over an SUID card challenge when Dwayne was trying to court Alison. But I'm going to I can't confirm that, but I'm going to let you all talk to Alison at the reception afterwards to confirm that or not. But Alison has always lived her professional and personal life by supporting the nurses' creed known as the Nightingale Pledge of devoting and committing herself to the welfare of those committed to her care. Yes, she has answered that pledge and calling throughout her life, caring for the nation's sick and injured, serving and caring for soldiers under her charge, caring for her family and friends, and most importantly, caring for her immediate family, Dwayne II, who's going to join the Orange Nation as an alum when he graduates this week and in the class of 2026. We also have Caleb and then Malachi, who we all know here in the NVRC as the Jet. But her biggest impact, we believe, was supporting and inspiring her soldiers to achieve their academic goals while on active duty, creating a culture and time and space for them to succeed and attain their college degrees. Today, Alison continues to serve and bleed orange as the Assistant Dean for Student Assistance at Hendricks Chapel, caring and supporting, and you can see a theme here, which has driven her life, for caring and supporting for student veterans and military-connected students as they navigate their academic journeys here at Syracuse. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a huge orange welcome to retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel, Syracuse University alum, and the Assistant Dean of Student Assistance at Hendricks Chapel, Alison Murray.
Good morning. Let's try that again. We did say I'm a cheerleader. Good morning. Good morning. Much better. Thank you. To Acting Chancellor Haney, distinguished faculty and staff, Board of Trustees members in attendance, our proud families, honored guests, and most importantly, the extraordinary men and women of the class of 2026. Welcome to the day that you have earned. Now, I was told to keep this speech short, but I also know that as a former cheerleader, I have a tendency to get excited, and I have a tendency to run long. But let's just say up front that I will do my best, but I make no promises. Before I say anything else, I need you to do something for me, graduates. I need you to look to your left. Okay, I'm seeing some heads moving, okay. Now I need you to look to your right and take a long look at the people sitting next to you. Those are the people who got up when it would have been easier to stay down. People who kept going when the rest of the world stopped watching. People who served this country, came home, and then had the courage to start all over again, even in a classroom. That is not extraordinary, or no, that is not ordinary, it is extraordinary. And today, this university, your university, sees you, all of you. I want to take you back for a moment, not to a battlefield or a training ground, but to a hill. A cold, windy, relentless hill in upstate New York. If you have spent any time on this campus, you know which hill I am talking about. The one that makes you question every life decision you have ever made, especially in February. I walked that hill as a young ROTC cadet. I ran it mostly unwillingly. I complained about it constantly. And somewhere along the way, without realizing it, that hill was teaching me something essential, that the distance between who you are and who you're meant to become is usually uphill and almost always worth it. I graduated from this university in December 2001. December, not May, not with the spring class. I crossed the finish line in the winter, which if you've done anything in December in Syracuse, you already know that it means that was approximately 12 degrees outside with a wind chill that would make your regalia that you're wearing right now feel like an inadequate jacket. But I want you to hear that date again, December 2001. I did not graduate in the spring with the rest of my cohort. My path through this institution took a little longer, looked a little different, and did not follow the traditional timeline. And at that time, I'll be honest, I felt that. I noticed that gap. Even though I walked with my classmates in May, I still had a little bit further to go. And what I didn't fully understand then, and what I understand completely now, is that December 2001 was the right time for me to graduate. Not late, not behind, right on time, my time. And here's what makes that date historically significant in a way that I could not have predicted. In September of that same year, 3 months before I would officially finish my studies here at SU, the world changed. The towers fell, the Pentagon burned, a field in Pennsylvania became sacred ground, and the United States of America entered a new era of conflict and consequence that would define the next 2 decades of our national story. That January, I commissioned as a second lieutenant into an army that was already at war. The diploma in my hand and the bars on my shoulders were not theoretical. They were a direct ticket into the most consequential chapter in a generation. Everything I had trained for on this campus suddenly had weight and urgency that I could feel. Many of you in this room answered that same call, some of you before you even set foot in a college classroom. You served in places most Americans can barely find on a map, and you carried this country on your backs in ways this country will never fully see or understand. But I see it, and once again, the university sees it, and history will record it. Now, I want to tell you something about myself that tends to surprise people when I speak at events like this. And I think it was already alluded to that I was not just in ROTC, I was not just a nursing student, but I was also a cheerleader. So yes, simultaneously, a cadet who woke up at 05 for PT, and also someone who on Saturday afternoons was in the then Carrier Dome in uniform, the other uniform, cheering on the orange. My commanding officer, or my PMS, the professor of military science, was somewhat supportive, mostly. He did once ask me with a completely straight face whether I thought my pom-poms were consistent with military bearing. And I told him they were great for building unit morale. And he did not agree with me. But here's what I learned from living in both of those worlds. That leadership is not about commanding from the front. It's not always about commanding from the front. Sometimes leadership is about showing up with energy when everyone else is exhausted. It's about being the person in the room who lifts the room, who believes in the mission even when the scoreboard doesn't look good, who refuses to let the people around them give up on themselves. As a cheerleader, I learned that your voice has power, not to draw attention to yourself, but to focus energy towards something greater. As a cadet, I learned that you don't always get to choose the mission, but you always get to choose how you lead within it. Both of those things are true in the life that you are about to live. I also want to talk to you about something that doesn't come up enough at moments like this. We talk a lot about the destination, the diploma, the commission, the career, and the title. We put the finish line on a banner, and we celebrate crossing it, and we absolutely should. But I want to talk about that road again, because my road looked nothing like what I expected. And I suspect many of yours haven't either. I left this campus once again as a brand new second lieutenant, fresh bars, high hopes, and a degree in hand with the Army ahead of me. And my first major assignment was not commanding troops in some dramatic tactical scenario. I went to work as a nurse, a registered nurse at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, caring for soldiers and their families. Now, I want to be very clear about something. Nursing is one of the most demanding, most skilled, genuinely heroic professions that exist. The men and women who do that work in uniform and out are extraordinary human beings. And by the way, happy Nurses Week. But I also know what it felt like to be a young officer with military bearing and leadership training, standing in the hallways in scrubs, while people outside the hospital walls were doing what they felt like was real Army work. I know what it felt like to wonder if my path was somehow less than. I had wondered if I had taken a wrong turn somewhere. I had not taken a wrong turn. I had taken my turn. Because here's what nursing taught me about leadership that a leadership manual could not. It taught me that the most important leader in the room is often the one that's closest to the patient, the closest to the person in need. It taught me that the data without compassion is just noise, that systems only work when human being inside the system is seen and not just processed. It taught me what it means to serve someone on the worst day of their life and leave them with their dignity intact. And those lessons followed me through every promotion, every assignment, every evolution of my career, all the way to lieutenant colonel. From second lieutenant to lieutenant colonel, from bedside nursing care to healthcare administrator, from patient care to clinical informatics, the discipline of making technology actually serve people instead of the other way around. That is not a straight line, and I want you guys to see that clearly. Most people, if they had drawn a map of what a successful military officer's career looked like, they would not have drawn mine. The detours look like detours, the pivots look like pivots. There were moments where I had to make peace with a career path that didn't match the template and trust the skills I was building were exactly the skills that I would need. Healthcare administration in a military context means leading organizations of hundreds of people, managing budgets, systems, policy, and readiness, all while maintaining the standard that someone's life may literally depend on the decisions you make before breakfast. Clinical informatics means sitting at the intersection of medicine and technology, understanding not just what the data says, but what it means for human beings it represents. And it represents being the person who bridges the two worlds together. Does any of that sound familiar? It should, because every single one of you has already bridged those worlds. You have translated military experience into academic language. You have carried operational knowledge into classrooms. You have taken what you have learned downrange or in a clinic or in a hangar or at sea, and you have applied it in an entirely different environment. That's informatics, that's administration, that is leadership, and you have already been doing the work. So I want to speak directly to anyone in this room whose path has not looked like everyone else's. Anyone who graduated in December instead of May, anyone who changed their major, anyone who changed their career field, changed direction after deployment that changed them, anyone who took the long way or the unexpected way or the I didn't plan for it this way. Listen to me when I say that the shape of your journey is not a flaw, it is a feature. The leaders who change this world are almost never the ones who followed the standard script. They are the ones who learned something unexpected in an unexpected place and had the wisdom to bring it with them. Your nonlinear path is your competitive advantage. Do not apologize for it. Do not minimize it. Do not let anyone make you feel that the detour diminished the destination. It didn't. If anything, it made you better prepared to lead in a world that itself is nonlinear, unpredictable, and desperately in need of people who have already learned how to adapt. Now, I won't stand here and pretend that the world you're graduating into is simple. You deserve honesty and not comfort. The geopolitical landscape in 2026 is one of the most complex in living memory, and we are watching the architecture of the post-World War II international order strain under pressures it was never fully designed to absorb. And here at home, we are a nation that is working, sometimes painfully, to rediscover what we have in common. The world doesn't need more bystanders. It does not need more people to sit around and wait for somebody else to step forward. It needs you. It needs people who have already answered the hardest question. Am I willing to sacrifice for something larger than myself? And you guys answered yes. It needs servant leaders, people who understand that the point of authority is not to serve yourself, but to serve the mission, to serve the team, and ultimately serve the people counting on you. Servant leadership is not a weakness. Ask any NCO who ever took care of their troops before themselves. Ask any officer who stayed late so their people could go home. Ask any nurse in uniform or out who gave a patient 5 extra minutes when the system said move on. That kind of leadership, the kind that listens before it speaks, the kind that leads from aside as much as it does from in front, that measures success by the growth of the people around it, that is precisely what this moment in history demands. Now let me tell you a little something about the diploma that you're about to receive. At Syracuse University, a degree already means something. This institution has produced Nobel laureates, Pulitzer Prize winners, CEOs, generals, diplomats, journalists, and more members of Congress than I have time to list, and the immediate past president of the United States. Newhouse School of Communications is one of the most respected communication schools on the planet. The Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs is ranked #1 in public affairs school in America. The Whitman School, the College of Engineering, the College of Law, these are institutions that open doors. But your degree means something more. Your degree says you did it the hard way. You juggled coursework with the weight of service. You sat in classrooms carrying experiences that your 20-year-old classmates, God bless them, simply do not have yet. Some may. You earned every credit while possibly managing PTSD or family separation or the quiet disorientation of transitioning from a world with clear rank and mission to one where sometimes the syllabus is the closest thing to an order you'll receive. When future employers, graduate schools, colleagues, and communities see this degree paired with your service record, they are looking at someone who has already been tested, someone who didn't just study leadership but lived it, who didn't just read about resilience but practiced it on its worst days. That combination is not common. In fact, it is increasingly rare, and it is invaluable. And I want to close with something simple. Syracuse has a motto, which you have seen many, many times before. It's in Latin, and I'm going to say it in the way an ROTC cadet who cheered college football games says Latin, which is to say, I'm going to say it confidently and probably wrong. Suos cultores scientia coronat. Knowledge crowns those who seek it. You sought it, and you found it. And today, wherever your path here took you, 2 years or 10, whether you graduated in May or December, whether your journey looked like the brochure or like something nobody could have written in advance, today you are crowned. But crowns are heavy. Leadership is heavy. The world you are stepping into will ask more of you than it asks the most because it knows that you can carry it, because you have already shown that you can. And here's what I ask of you. Do not leave your service on the shelf like a uniform in the closet. Do not leave your whole story there either, including the parts that felt like detours. Bring all of it with you into every boardroom, every hospital, every tech company, every policy room, every classroom, every conversation where someone needs a person who knows what it needs to be a part of something bigger than themselves. The world has plenty of people who are talented. It has plenty of people who are smart, ambitious, credentialed, and capable. But what it needs and what it is desperately short of is people of character who lead with integrity, serve with purpose, and have the wisdom that only comes from a road that wasn't always straight. And you are those people. One last thing. 25 years ago, I stood where you were sitting, or I sat where you sat. I was young, a little nervous, and honestly not sure what was going to come next. I didn't know that the detours would turn out to be the whole point. I didn't know that December, cold and quiet December, would be exactly the right time to begin. What I did know is this: I was grateful for this university. I was proud to call myself a Syracuse Orange, and I was determined to make that journey matter. I still am, every single day, and I have no doubt that that you will be too. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Flag we love. Go Orange.
Thank you very much, Alison, for that inspiring message. It is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker and current president of the Student Veteran Organization, Varun Golapudi. Varun is a United States Army veteran who served on active duty as a combat medic with the 10th Mountain Division. He holds advanced certification as a flight paramedic and currently serves as the detachment sergeant for the 691st Forward Resuscitative Surgical Detachment in the Army Reserve. On the civilian side, he works as a paramedic with the Carthage Area Rescue, providing emergency care for rural populations. Varun is a senior pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Biology on the pre-med track from the College of Arts and Sciences with an expected graduation in fall 2027. Varun, we thank you for your service to our nation and your leadership on campus. Please join me in welcoming Varun Golapudi.
Thank you, Carrie. Ladies and gentlemen, faculty, distinguished guests, proud families and friends, and most importantly, my fellow student veterans. It is a genuine honor to stand here today as we celebrate the Syracuse University Student Veteran Class of 2026. Now I want to be upfront. I'm not walking across this stage with you today. I still got a little more time in the classroom. So if nothing else, let this speech serve as proof that Syracuse hasn't gotten rid of me yet. Before I get going, I want to thank a few people. Acting Chancellor Mike Haney, our university trustees, thank you, the deans and our families and friends. Thank you to the Office of Veterans and Military Affairs, the Office of Veteran Success, and the entire team that makes Syracuse the best place for veterans, not just in name, but in practice. And to every member of the Student Veteran Organization, thank you for making this community what it is. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first got to Syracuse, I didn't feel like I belonged here. I'd spent years in the Army, and then suddenly I was sitting in a lecture hall, learning about cellular respiration and the citric acid cycle, after dealing with patients who have presented with various forms of traumatic and metabolic decline, surrounded by people whose biggest challenge in life was picking a major. That adjustment was real. And I know I'm not the only one who in this room that has felt this way. Whether you come from the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, the Space Force, the Guard, or the Reserves. Whether you spent your service on a flight deck, behind a desk, in a motor pool, or somewhere that you just can't talk about. We all went through some version of the same thing. The transition isn't an identity crisis. It's more like switching an operating system mid-mission. Everything you know how to do still works. It just runs a little differently. You spend the first semester translating yourself, and then one day you stop translating, and then you figure out pretty quick you just start talking. Here's the thing that I figured out though. You don't have to do this alone. You were never supposed to. In the military, we don't romanticize teamwork. We just do it. Because the alternative is worse. You show up, you figure it out, you don't leave people hanging. When I got to Syracuse, I expected to lose that. I was wrong. Instead, I found a room full of people arguing about which branch had it the hardest, and somehow that just felt right. The Student Veteran Organization gave that back to me. Different branches, different jobs, different reasons for enlisting, but the same thing. The kind of thing that you just don't have to explain. It didn't matter if you were infantry, intel, a mechanic, or a medic. When you walked into an SVO meeting, you were just one of us. That's what makes this place different. Syracuse didn't just hand us a syllabus, it gave us a second unit. And look, I'll be the first one to admit that being a student veteran has its absurdities. You're sitting in a group project with a 19-year-old who's explaining what a deadline is, and you're doing the math on how many people have depended on you before this. You don't have to say that out loud. You just do your part of the project, you move on. Now that's growth. What I've come to appreciate about this university is that we didn't just survive the transition, we actually got better because of it. We learned how to communicate with people who don't speak in acronyms. We learned how to sit with ambiguity instead of waiting for someone to hand us a 5-paragraph order. We figured out how to be students, civilians, parents, employees, and veterans all at the same time, which, by the way, deserves a degree all in itself. Yeah. So as you walk out of here today, diplomas in hand, families in the crowd, probably way too many pictures being taken, I want to leave you with this. Don't lose the team. Whatever you do next, grad school, med school, starting your career, or going back to your unit on Monday, find your people, build your community. The transition out of college can be just as disorienting as the transition out of uniform. You've already closed one chapter that most people will never open. Now you're closing another one. The difference is you know what it feels like to finish something hard. Actually finish it, not just survive it, and that's not nothing. That is the whole thing. To the Syracuse University Student Veteran Class of 2026, congratulations. You've earned this. every late night, every exam, every moment where you were questioning, was it worth it? The best part is, the mission ain't over yet. It's just getting started. I'll see the rest of you back in class next semester. Thank you, and go Orange.
Thank you, Veru. Today, we are here to recognize the success of our graduating student veterans, success achieved through hard work, persistence, and determination. We would also like to acknowledge the support that your family and friends have provided along this incredible journey. They have most likely provided you with the right support you needed while attending Syracuse University, such as helping you study for a big exam, or they have simply provided you with the right dose of encouragement you needed to succeed. Your family and friends play an important role in your success at Syracuse University, and we would like to say thank you to the family and friends for supporting your student veteran. We know how difficult it is juggling the multiple responsibilities you manage. However, you had a singular aim, and that was to do whatever necessary to add to your knowledge and meet the demands placed on you to succeed both in and outside of the classroom. It is our pleasure to salute each of you. Today, we will recognize you personally with a handshake and present you with a distinctive cord identifying you as a veteran to wear at commencement events this weekend. The red, white, and blue cord that we present to you today is a symbol of double achievement, your hard work throughout your academic career and your service to our country. At this time, I would like to invite all student veterans who are here to be recognized at today's commencement ceremony to move to the left side of the auditorium and line up with your graduation name card. The OVMA staff will be there to assist you. Thank you. I'm his personal handler for today. I now invite Acting Chancellor Mike Haney to come forward. Graduates, when I call your name, please come forward to receive this keepsake from all of us at Syracuse University. If you guys have ever been here before, you know I liked. If you know the first person we're calling up, you know exactly what I'm saying. Do I have to announce him now? You guys just did for me. So first up, we have Raul Rudy Ruzique. So, you know I like to give fun facts. First of all, Rudy is a Navy veteran. He is getting an EMPA today and a Certificate of Advanced Study in Health Services, Administration and Policy from the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. Rudy actually broke history this year with our student veteran organization. At our annual ball, he won the Danny Facto Work Study of the Year, and he is a recipient of the Student Veteran of the Year Award 2 times in a row. We've never had that happen before. Next is Jacob Reif. He is currently serving in the Marine Corps. He's getting an Executive Master of Public Administration with a Certificate of Advanced Study in Conflict and Collaboration from the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. Next is Gloria Colon Buzatu. Did I get her? Okay, great. She is an Army veteran. She is receiving a Master of Public Administration from the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. It is my distinct pleasure to announce Chad Juneman, who is our office coordinator of the Office of Veteran Success. He keeps our day-to-day functions going. So, thank you, Chad. He is an Army veteran receiving an Executive Master in Public Administration and a Certificate of Advanced Study in Conflict and Collaboration from the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. What they said, go Chad. Next up is Mary Dvorak, an Air Force veteran receiving a Juris Doctor from the College of Law. Ulysses, I know that's your voice. Next up is John Steele, who is an Army veteran receiving a Master of Science in Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering from the College of Engineering and Computer Science. Next up is Casey Campbell, who is an Air Force veteran receiving her Master of Social Work from the School of Education. She was also our national anthem speaker, or singer. Next up is Iris Maxwell, who is a Navy veteran receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies from the College of Arts and Sciences. Iris is...
I am a United States Marine. They get it wrong.
She is a United States Marine Corps veteran.
Hoorah!
Iris has also been here since I started with the College of Professional Studies working there, and it is so great to see her finally get her degree here. She's been working on it. Next, we have Ryan Dudley, who is an Army veteran and receiving a Juris Doctor from the College of Law. Next up is our class clown of the Student Veteran Organization, because he's always got jokes. Ulysses Briggs Sr. is an Army veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Information Management and Technology from the School of Information Studies. Next up is Lionel Aviles. If you know Leo, then we're just lucky to have him here this early in the morning. He is a Marine Corps veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Information Management and Technology from the School of Information Studies. Next up is Liam Kennedy. He is a Navy veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Visual Communications with a minor in Political Science from the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications. Next up, Christina Judy. She is a Marine Corps veteran receiving a Master of Arts in Audio Arts from the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Next up is our very own upstate New York celebrity. Savion Pollard was the first hire for Micron, and so we like to call him Hollywood around these parts. He does not like that. We do it anyways. He is a Navy veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, a minor in Computer Science from the College of Engineering and Computer Science. Savion is also one of our recipients of Student Veteran of the Year, so he's no slacker around these parts. Next up is Jürgen Baiza Bernal. He is a Navy veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from the College of Engineering and Computer Science. We are very sad that Jürgen is leaving us because he's been doing a lot of great work on the Student Veteran Organization the past couple years. So thank you, Jürgen. Next up is Dylan Casilla, a Marine Corps veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Forensic Science, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the College of Arts and Sciences. Do you want me to say your name how Rudy says it? So this is actually Keanu Ramos. Rudy likes to call him Canoe because he can't say Keanu for some reason. So Keanu, or Canoe, is receiving, he is an Army veteran receiving a Bachelor of Professional Studies in Project Management from the College of Professional Studies. Next up is Xavier Clark. He is a Navy veteran receiving a Master of Business Administration and a Master of Science in Entrepreneurship from the Martin J. Whitman School of Management. Ryan Peluso is an Army veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Information Management and Technology from the School of Information Studies. Ryan's been one of my easier students, so I have nothing bad to say about him. Next up is Jennifer Bobak. She is an Army veteran receiving a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the College of Arts and Sciences. Now we have David Rosen, who is currently serving in the Army and is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Psychology from the College of Arts and Sciences. That line is not getting any smaller, is it? Next up is Abraham Secor. He's currently serving in the Army, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from the College of Arts and Sciences and Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. Taylin Britton is currently serving in the Army and is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology from the College of Arts and Sciences. Amber Leadham is currently serving in the Army National Guard, and she is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Psychology with a minor in Forensic Science from the College of Arts and Sciences. Mackenzie Kirsch is currently serving in the Army, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from the College of Arts and Sciences and Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. Tyrese Brown is currently serving in the Army and is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. Ooh, those are two different words. Sociology from the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School of Citizenship. Rojani Wisdom is currently serving in the Army and is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology from the College of Arts and Sciences and the Maxwell School of Citizenship. Next up is Catherine Hilton, who I'm very excited because her and I went to high school together, so it's so exciting to see her walk across the stage. She is an Army and Air Force veteran, and she is receiving a Bachelor of Professional Studies in Cybersecurity Administration from the College of Professional Studies. Caleb Jones is a Marine Corps veteran receiving a Master of Science in Computer Science from the College of Engineering and Computer Science. Antonio Gonzalez is currently serving in the Army, receiving a Bachelor of Science in Information Management and Technology from the School of Information Studies. Shamar Farmer is a Marine Corps veteran receiving a Master of Business Administration from the Martin J. Whitman School of Management. James Gregg is an Army veteran receiving a Master of Science in Instructional Design, Development, and Evaluation from the School of Education. Andrew Hodges and is an Army veteran receiving a Juris Doctor from the College of Law. Shamika Burnett is an Army veteran receiving a Master of Science in Applied Data Science from the School of Information Studies. Janina Rios, who has been, how long have you been here now?
It's been so long.
Janina, we are so excited to see you walk across the stage. She is an Army veteran receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Film with a minor in art photography, a minor in psychology, and the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Eric Yetman is an Army veteran receiving a Master of Professional Studies in Project Management from the College of Professional Studies. And last but certainly not least, Brian Morales is a Navy veteran receiving a Master of Science in Television, Radio, and Film from the S.I. Newhouse School of Public Communication. Thank you, Dr. Haney. That was a lot of handshaking you did today. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank everyone involved with the ceremony today. Your presence here demonstrates your understanding and appreciation of the value veterans add to our university. Our particular thanks to Chancellor Kent Severud, Acting Chancellor Mike Haney, the Office of Veteran and Military Affairs team, keynote speaker Alison Murray, student speaker Varun Golapudi, and the Office of Veteran Success team. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the benediction by Reverend Julie Kelly and remain standing for the Syracuse University alma mater, the lyrics to which can be found on the back of your program. I now invite up Reverend Julie Kelly to deliver the benediction.
Graduates, your journey of learning and growth continues now. Forge on, seeking wisdom, for she will not lead you astray. May your minds be clear and discerning. May your hearts be steadfast and courageous. May joy be your healing balm. May love be your comfort in times of trial. And may you always remember that your service in the military and beyond is for the blessing and wellness of all humanity. So in good faith and trust, in divine promise, go now, continue to serve. God is with you. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, we ask that the audience please remain seated while the student veterans proceed to the platform for an official group photo. Student veterans, can you please move forward to the platform at this time?
We trying to get some gap, man. You just roll out and left me hanging. There it is. There it is. All right, y'all. Guy up there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it for you. Come on, man. Somebody pull Otto up. Oh, my goodness. He just cut it up. All right, Otto. That's what I'm talking about. Otto. All right, one more time. Eyes right on me, please. For 3, 1, 2, 3. Well done and congratulations.
Friends, you can now take pictures if you want to. I know a lot of you already were. It's okay.